This is what part of Ottawa, Kansas looked like today after nearly 9 inches of rain fell on the area. Homes and businesses are underwater, and the same area that got soaked last night is expecting more rain. Well, tonight we have team coverage of the flooding problems. Our Greg Payne is in Douglas County, and Savannah RUDICEL is live in Ottawa, and that's where we begin. And Savannah, it is a mess there.
Ellen, crews have been working for 12 hours now just in the area off of Highway 68 and Main Street in Ottawa. Now, they've really been trying to get this water level down, and it might look like there is still a ton left. But here, let me show you this stop sign back here. That's a really good indication. When we got here this morning, that water level was almost up to the bottom of the sign, and now it's still pretty far down the pole. Now, we weren't the only people who have been watching the progress these crews have been making all day long. Flooding on Main Street will bring out a crowd.
Look at all the people standing that they're watching them close it.
But for Virginia Quintana, it brings back a flood of memories.
It was during the 51 flood. I was a little kid. Must have been 5 probably, maybe 6 at the most.
She remembers navigating the waters a little differently back then.
They had boats on that north side of town where you could get on them and go across town to go to the doctor or to go to the grocery store. And so that's the last time I've seen it look like that.
I kind of remember that.
She said they had to use the boats for 3 days. People in Ottawa talk about the past while they figure out how to deal with the present. Franklin County crews are now bracing for the next round of storms heading this way, as Ellen said. The cleanup timeline for this area is really going to depend on how much rain is going to hit the already soaked streets of Ottawa. Ottawa isn't the only city hit by the flooding. Greg Payne is in Douglas County, where that flooding led to some rescues.
Savannah, just southwest of Lawrence here in Lone Star, a lot of people very busy. And as you can see, a common sight right here is a lot of household items and even clothing items that are just out to dry.
I'll take it. I'll take it.
For the people of Lone Star, flooding is something they are used to.
Just dealt with this 2 years ago, not on this scale whatsoever, and this was the real deal this time.
Lisa Russell and her husband weren't planning on evacuating, but the water became too much.
It went from just a damp basement floor to gushing in through the well window in a matter of 30-40 seconds.
They quickly left town, but now they are back trying to pick up the damp pieces.
We're just going to get everything cleaned up and assess everything over the next few days, and my husband has poured his heart and soul into remodeling the house, and he'll do it again.
A hopeful spirit that seems to run throughout the area, including Lisa's neighbor at the Lone Star Church of the Brethren, who, unlike Lisa, were hit hard during the last flood and are now trying to recover all over again.
We've got this carpet is just almost about a year old, and then we finished getting the flooring down in here. And so, yeah, it's a little disappointing that it happened again, but yeah, we're getting it cleaned up.
Ellen, and it's just like what Savannah said earlier, that a lot of people are just kind of standing by and wondering what the weather's going to be like tonight. But for the most part, they're just trying to get as much work as they can possible done right now. Reporting live here in Lone Star, I'm Greg Payne for KCTV5 News.
All right, Greg, thank you for that. Now, the city of Lawrence says the heavy rain has forced it to shut down the Kansas River wastewater treatment plant for repairs. So that means that wastewater is going straight into the river and creeks. The city has notified the State Department of Health and Environment along with towns downstream.